Hey, YouTube Live. Just kind of chilling out. Got my uncle in the chair. You guys seen him before? Yeah, we're live. YouTube world. Just dyeing my uncle's beard. You guys can see that little Beijing on a slow Wednesday. Just kind of vibing out. If you're out there, feel free to ask any question. We're going to start kind of hyping up the YouTube a little bit more. We like to know where you're from. That's always exciting and cool. I think one time we seen somebody from like Colombia or something on there. So shout out to the Colombian barbers. We're all in the same game. Caught me mid-stride. We're doing a beard. We paint it in and we'll give it its proper processing time. Got questions, feel free to put them in the comments below or give us a thumbs up. Been working hard behind the scenes. We're trying to get so we can get some online education set up for those of you guys who don't have a license, or even you guys who are interested in teaching. I've been a teacher for a long while. Maybe I can help tighten you up there. I think that's what life's about. I was listening to some good motivation last night. Those of you guys who are alive spiritually or into self-motivation. Dr. Miles Monroe, he mentioned he has some decent quotes, but he mentioned pouring yourself out into other people and kind of like how that's what life's about, either mentoring or being mentored. Just a little encouragement for today. Find somebody to mentor you. Any of you guys who are interested in being mentored, either as a barber or as a barber instructor, I'm fair game. That's who I am. That's what I really stand for, especially spiritually. So give me a buzz. You know, everything's doesn't have a price tag on it. You know, I want to do what I can to help, make my stamp in society or this world. So give me a buzz or let me know how I can help you grow as a barber or even a teacher. Without no you, there's no me. So we can have fun with that process. Okay, so see, I'm just taking my time painting it in. What I'm going for now is to try to paint the dye as high as I can without it looking artificial, so that we can cover the grays. Once we line them up or come back with a razor line, we'll have to shave as least amount as possible. Now, some of those hairs are a little higher outside the natural hairline, so I got to leave some of them, and then we'll have to shave those off with a clipper and come back with a razor. Got one thumbs up. Good looking on the thumbs up. Those of you guys who've been watching our YouTube channel for years, I appreciate you. We apologize for not getting back with you at times. You ask questions, things like that. But moving forward, what are some of the things you like? What are some things that was helpful to you? You can give us a response. Maybe we can start some of the conversation back. Where are you at in your career as a barber? Whether you're a student, whether you're a shop owner, whether you're just a licensed barber that's going to the daily grind, what are some of your problems or hang-ups? Maybe we can start there, have some conversation on how we can help you get over the hump. Me personally, I came a long way from cutting hair in the neighborhood to, everything from the bathroom to the basement to the dorm room to the back porch. I've been there. Even something as simple as fighting shadows. All of you guys who are cutting hair out of the house and hadn't went mainstream yet, getting yourself some good lighting and that. The small things that people don't talk about a lot, or even how it affects you health-wise. Those are some of the things that's currently in my brain now. Just so that we last. If you love what you do, take care of your body. I'm currently studying to be a personal trainer. Shout out to Chris Downing and Roland Smith, some of my mentors, which are customers. We're all around the same age, but they take their fitness serious and they take on the journey of helping others, get healthy. Even one of my sisters, shout out to Mia Freeman. Check her out. She's doing a lot in the Atlanta area, personal training, but with that comes self-development, things like that. We can have the outside together in our own lives, or even help our customers get the outside together and have a sharp, crispy haircut and be styling and profiling, but you never know what the need is in the inside, how they're doing mentally, how they're doing spiritually, or even just the physical health, mental health, physical health. I'm talking as far as helping people become the full person or living a better life all the way around. So, if you care about any of those subjects, topics, leave a comment or something, and we can dig on in a little further. Shout out to the Walls group. It's the motivation for the day. That's who you hear in the background. It's just YouTube, but it's actually a gospel group that my wife turned me on to. Real smooth. Okay, now I'm doing the mustache. If you can see the brush, I'm just using the tip of the brush. I got like an angle dye brush on there, but I'm going to use that either for straight lines here or use your corner to turn around your corners. Kind of like when you use like your trimmer blades or whatnot. Let's see if we can get a better camera shot on that. Again, this is my Uncle Willie. This is actually my father's brother. And that's how I started cutting hair, was from my father's side of the family. My dad cut our hair all, I understand he was a barber in the military, but he cut our hair, me and my three brothers, all of our life until, we were able to handle some hair clippers ourselves and kind of taught us how to cut each other and kind of kept that legacy alive. But I'm the only one out of my brothers that decided to get licensed. I was kind of running out of options. I was always pretty handy with a clipper, and like I said, I played college sports in that, and was always the team barber. So big crowds of people kind of helped me out. The team barber, anywhere from 50 to 100 people, helped me out as far as income-wise, even before I was licensed. And I had plenty of practice, did a lot of bad haircuts, or, made a lot of mistakes that I can constantly just kind of stay in the lab and stay learning and growing, and let people critique you too. Stuff they didn't like, I gave away a lot of free haircuts, just trying to learn. So even when I work with students in barber schools, I say, I just made my mistakes early in the basement, because I'm what, 42 years old now. Hard to believe, but I can honestly say I've probably been cutting about, I'm gonna say 30 years. Sad to say. Not sad, but interesting to say, because I started off when I was in the basement, junior high and stuff like that, probably 10, 11. Started to get serious when I was about 12 years old, where people would actually trust me to cut their hair. And I just started off kind of begging people to cut their hair. Hey, you should let me cut your hair. And I got the confidence to charge $1. And after $1, it went to two to three. So it's a blessing to be able to do something that you love. And I don't have another job, you know. And besides, who needs a job when you got purpose? You know what I'm saying? You got gifts and talents inside you that can help other people live a better life, you know. But honing in and turning it into business and money is a lot more difficult than I thought. So I've always took the faith approach, just be willing to dive in there and be willing to learn. So everything from like taxes to a barbershop, or registering with the IRS, federal government, your state government, your city, as far as taxes, all those different things. Those are real things that we got to consider, because you can have a barber license and have a skill set, but you're still not technically as business savvy as you need to open a shop and stay afloat. So those are some things that I've kind of charted the waters. I can help if you're interested. And the cool thing is I've learned to just ask for the help. Don't act like you know anything. Humble yourself and always be a student, so that you can learn whether it is a technique haircut wise, or it's a technique business wise. You know? All right, so back to the haircut. You can kind of see I'm just painting in, and again, I want to keep the lines full as possible in this particular one, so when it grows back, you don't have as much regrowth, and you can kind of see just around the edges. I have to shave the loose hairs that didn't make the cut, so to speak. So I'll use the small end of my brush, the wide end if I'm making bigger lines, and then you can always use the tip of your brush. This is something that I've started doing a couple years ago, to kind of place the hair where you want it, or even work the dye down into the mustache. Because a couple of those hairs won't get covered with the brush just because of the bristles. All right, so that's basically where we need to be. It's pretty easy application. And then the processing time, I believe, is 30 minutes. Always read your directions. I can pull the directions back out because it talks about chemically treated hair versus non-chemically treated hair and how long it needs to sit. Okay. And again, that's full coverage. If we gave you some before pictures, you can go to my Instagram, Colors Barbershop, or Adrian Color, ADRIANCULOER, and you'll see some before and after, pictures on Uncle Willie here. This is my Uncle Willie, so shout out to Uncle Willie, you know what I'm saying? So in a minute, about a half an hour, we're gonna let that sit, and then we'll come back and we'll rinse it out and detail the line. In a minute, YouTube world, coming back at y'all. Actually, I'm gonna jump in. Here's Beijing. Smart, wise thing to do is read the directions. I'm not gonna read the whole thing, but I'm just gonna pick out some quick pointers. Before you use, under precautions, it says, Let's see here. Do not apply on children. Keep away from extreme temperatures, high humidity, and direct sunlight. Do a preliminary skin test, which we've done that. We've been doing his weekly. Um, as you go on, shampoo 24 hours in advance if your hair is very oily. If you put grease or oil on your hair, it's kind of like the S curls back in the day. We will put it over our ears so you don't burn the ears because you got chemical. So this is a chemical, so is shampoo, so is grease. So this versus the grease is going to serve as a barrier to the hair and the dye won't take. So sometimes you'll see when you dye it and some of the grays don't take, if you got natural lotions or things like that, they suggest 48 hours ahead of time because the shampoo's got a chemical in it too. So if you shampoo right before, it may be a war in between the shampoo and the dye, and a lot of times the shampoo may win, depending on the strength of it. Obvious, never allow this chemical to be swallowed. Never use this product to tattoo body skin. Believe it or not, temporary tattoos, some of them are done with this particular product, or they have some of the ingredients like henna ink. They'll have that in there. Now this is interesting. This one says never use on facial skin and facial hair. That's where we kind of took it on our own as far as barbers. So you have to understand that they have special formulas, not this company, but say Just for Men or some of those that specifically go to the beard. So you can use it with the customer's permission. You guys have an understanding. Even all the advertising we've done for companies like this. I remember I was doing a class in Atlanta, Georgia, and it was interesting because there was no disrespect to the actual educator for, let me tilt this up a little bit, no disrespect to the educator for Beijing, but I was a little upset because I was a customer for Beijing that broke out. Had a problem with that, but I was also living in Atlanta, Georgia, where I took my barber instructor license, which was interesting. And so I'm going through a barber instructor program, and I've done Beijing, time and time again. But I'm living in an area, I'm originally from Canton, Ohio, where the Pro Football Hall of Fame is important. So I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, where the humidity level is like way higher than where I was born and raised. So my pores was open, and the dye began to get down into the pores, and it could cause irritation. Before you know it, I'm in the emergency room at Grady Memorial Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia, and took you over here. There you go. Okay, show the line straight. But yeah, so anyway, I never read the directions was the story. So I went back and read the directions, and I said, man, keep out of direct sunlight and humid temperatures or humidity, high humidity levels. That was my answer. I also put it on the face, and I didn't know, and it said not to. So you want to sign a waiver, have your customer sign a waiver. Well, I'll say it this way. You create a waiver, have your customer sign it, or get an understanding so that they know that you're going forward with this procedure. But pretty much every hair dye, they got the breakdown and all that stuff in their instructions. So just kind of know what you're dealing with, read it. 5 minutes of education change your whole life, give you a better understanding. I went and read it after the fact. Don't be that way. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, all right. So we'll let this sit about a half an hour, so we'll come back and watch it. All right.